Hello friends, and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, I'm John, and this is Timberborn. Okay, we are picking up basically the day after the end of the last episode. Things are going okay. We've made the connection between these two struts of our Tubeway network. We do have a slight problem in that our injury rate has gone through the roof. Having two smelters, two explosives factories, two centrifuges. Yeah, that's a little much. Yeah, we did have 14 injured towards the end of yesterday, so not ideal. It might be that we don't actually have enough medical beds now. We should have close to that number, but if we have injured beavers going around the place. Don't know where that one went. Never mind. But yeah, if we have injured beavers around the place, that's not ideal. So we'll turn off some of the industry that we don't necessarily need at the moment. We've got plenty of extract, so we only need the one centrifuge. We've got a decent amount of metal, so just one smelter is okay. Gears we're still absolutely fine for. And we're doing okay for explosives as well. So one explosives factory on is okay. I have remembered to get some storage for fermented cassavas over this end. So the thing I said I was going to do last episode, I have finally done. Now, which of these is producing cassavas? These two. Okay, that should be enough, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. Thank you, autosave. We are continuing to lay in the next section of our tubeway section here, as I say. We're going to need to move on to the actual channel soon enough. Yeah, but I do want to get this tubeway connected up first, because then we're going to have a sort of fairly good idea of where we need to go. And what I was thinking was bringing the channel along to probably about here. And then just having it drop into a channel that will detonate with explosives to dump into that river there. Because that's already, you know, really quite contaminated. Later on, we might find something else to do with it. But for the moment, just bringing it along there, grabbing the power out of it, and then dumping it is absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with that. What we might do, eventually, is maybe bring it around the corner and feed it this way. And around that, back that way, and add more power. It's a possibility. Don't see why not. Okay, but in the meantime, we're just going to let them get on with that. Over here, we are beginning to fill up, I guess, a little bit. Not a huge amount. Hopefully, we'll get a long break between droughts, so that will have a chance to top itself up a little bit. Fingers crossed, eh? Yeah, that's basically where we are. That's what we're doing. I haven't decided what I'm going to do up here. I do think some gravity batteries along here would be a good idea. And possibly sticking them maybe up here. Or maybe even along a scaffold set out here over the water. Wouldn't be a terrible idea. We could get a little bit of extra height on that. Maybe get down here and use dynamite to get this deeper. Yeah, we've got options there. I don't know how much we'll need. We might even want to put an engine on the back here, just to use when there isn't any flow through there. Haven't decided. It's all up in the air. Yeah, that's basically where we are. I do want to focus on getting this completed, so I won't do anything else for the moment. I'll just let them concentrate on getting this done. And hopefully reduce our injury rate a little bit. That would be nice. In fact, I am going to... What am I going to do? I'm going to put in some more medical beds. And honestly, Sticking a couple along there isn't necessarily a terrible idea, because they'll get the bonuses from those little bits of decoration. Maybe that will help. Maybe that will speed recovery. I don't know. Okay, yes, I will spin on for a couple of days. We'll see how we go. Like I said, I want to get this end of the tubeway connected up. I think we'll come off of here and drop down and join up that way. That's probably easiest. Yeah, that's probably easiest. That's what we'll do. So, no, I won't do it yet. I'll wait until they've got some more of this done. Okay, they have got some more of that done. All right, let's get some tubeways on there. And we'll get a tubeway out there. And build that up like so. That'll be a start. Straight into a drought on day 8, 24 days. We should be okay. 24 days is handleable. We can do that. That's not too much of an issue. Okay, our network is complete. As you can see, it's a popular route. Certainly first thing in the morning. So it quickens the transfer of bad water from over here up to our industrial area where it's processed. So that's all good. Resources wise, we're doing pretty well. Water could be better, but we have plenty. I'm going to turn these 2 pumps on to start with. We've got these 3 down here. We've got 3 turned off over here because I was trying to get this to actually fill, but didn't quite make it. So we'll turn those back on because we are going to want the water from here. Yeah, that's basically where we are. I have set up the next set of building orders to start bringing this channel along. It's probably going to take a little bit of time, but we do have plenty of logs. We have plenty of metal. Nothing to do in range. Where are you? Oh, you're down here. Okay, yep, that's fine. We'll pause you. Up here, we've nearly finished planting this new oak area. I'm probably going to end up putting another lumberjack around somewhere, because obviously we've got all of this. We do still have space in storage. Somewhere. Just not there. Might be worth putting in some more storage, but I mean, we have space for over 1,000 logs, so we should be okay. I think the one up here is set to obtain. It is. I seem to recall doing that. Yeah, so that's basically where we are. Everything is set up as it should be. We've got all of our floodgates set where they need to be, so we're not losing any water out of this system, except that which we are pumping. And that which is evaporating from our little mangrove section down here, which... Thank you, autosave. Which is still spreading. We've got a couple of tiles left to fill in there. And it was mentioned that, you know, if I put a platform down there, or a couple of platforms down there, and put the stairs on there, we could get another tree in. Which is true. We could. Yeah. As I said, I can't remember if I mentioned, our injury rate has decreased again, so shutting down a lot of that industry was definitely the right thing to do. Doesn't now mean we have a bit of a glut of unemployed beavers, but, you know, several of them are from our water pumps, so that's okay. Food-wise, yeah, everything's great, except for mangrove fruits. You know, that's the most we've had in there for a while, but they won't last. So it might be worth actually setting up another mangrove plantation somewhere. And it's probably best to have that as a wholly manufactured thing, isn't it? Use dynamite to create a sunken area. And then use a fluid dump to fill it up. That's probably our best bet. Does mean using more water, but yeah, it's okay. Don't know where I'd put that. I'm spinning the camera wildly as if I'm going to get inspiration as to where to put that. No, it'd be silly putting it down here, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't know. What I was thinking, though, is that it might be an idea to actually put another station out on this side so that we can get down and blow this trench. And at least then we'll know roughly where it needs to be. I mean, it's probably going to be here. We'll probably want it 3 wide. But we can finagle that a little bit, I suspect. Yeah, I think we'll have a think about that once we're a bit closer in terms of our building work. Okay, for the meantime then, I think I'm going to spin on. I have had some ideas about a second industrial area. I haven't quite decided where that's going to be. I've got an inkling that I should put it over here. So clear out this section with explosives, bring it down to the same level as this, and use this area as a sort of secondary industrial area, because it will be close to the sort of back end of the power. So we'll be able to connect it up there. So it will be connected up to that and the channel. I'm kind of talking myself into it, aren't I? Yeah, well, we'll think about it. Like I said, I don't want to do it just yet. But there are a few things we kind of need at this point. Well, we've needed them for a while, really, but haven't necessarily had the resources available to implement them. So yes, 23 days. Well, 23 and a bit days left. Let's see how we do. Right, day 14. 18 days left, so about a quarter of the way through the drought. We're making progress with our channel here. Just that last sort of section there to go on this first bit of building. So that's not too bad. Our wood stores have taken a bit of a hit again. But all of this is in. I want to make sure, yeah, it's not. So we will make sure all of that is marked for cutting as well. Oh, there's a couple of trees there that aren't marked for cutting. There we go. So I've put in another lumberjack up here. So that we can get all of these trees actually cut down. So we've got a fairly good production line of lumber coming out of this little area. This little area is, you know, occasionally providing some lumber. Not very often. Obviously the water has dried up here. We've pumped out most of the water from there. And lost a little to evaporation, obviously. We're doing fine for water and food, obviously. Down here, this is still going. We've got probably a couple of days water left in there. Yeah, a couple of days water left in there. Over here, in what is possibly an unhygienic move, I've put in some showers in with our mangrove plantation. I'm sure it won't have any ill effects. It'll be fine. Over here, I've put in some more housing. And over here I've put in another strip of cassava planting because we're running low on raw cassavas because we're, you know, fermenting them all. That's pretty much where we are. That's all I've really done. I have noticed that we are running low on scrap metal up here. These ruins are rapidly diminishing. And looking around... Yeah, the nearest ones are here. There are some over here as well. I suspect these will be slightly easier to get to. I don't think we're going to get a tubeway across there particularly easily, are we? Unless we set up another station up here. Which isn't a terrible idea. I'd like it to be connected to the main route, but it's not entirely imperative, you know. We'll think about that. In terms of all of our stuff over here, we're still doing okay. Our metal stores are just about holding steady under the onslaught of all of these overhangs. We've only got one of our smelters turned on. Our injury rate is holding steady at about 2. Yeah, everything else in terms of what we have is okay. Keeping an eye on our planks, because obviously we're using a lot of those as well. Yeah, we're doing okay. I mean, in terms of the drought, we're doing absolutely fine. It's everything else that we're maybe stumbling on. I do think that I'm going to use this as an industrial area. I don't know what I'm going to do up here. I mean, I put these in just because there was a space for them, without really considering that they're not a lot of use, unless we can connect them up to what will become the main power grid. And we can. It will just be a bit of a hassle. Yeah, don't know. Don't know. Answers on a postcard for that one. But in terms of everything else, yeah, it's all going okay. There's no immediate problems. We've got some housing space. We've got a lot of unemployed beavers because, you know, a whole bunch of our water pumps are turned off. I did put in some additional haulers and builders with the usual workplace priority. I mean, I could put in more, just so that when we have unemployed beavers because of the drought, they can just jump in there and start working. And if we're going to turn this into an industrial area, it's probably an idea to have haulers and builders up here already, isn't it? Yeah, all right, let's do that. Let's have a hauling post, and we will stick it... hang on, the builder will fit in there, and we'll put the hauling post in there, and do the same with the workplace priority there. And actually we'll do the same with this one. Okay, I'll spin on. About 12 days left, so we're about halfway through the drought now. Everything's going fine in terms of water and food. No real issues at all anywhere. Metal is reducing, but slowly. Planks are doing okay. Wood is doing okay for the moment. So yeah, we're doing all right. We're getting very close to the end of this first little bit of building here. And we'll start on the next set of platforms and finish off those levees on the other side. Over here, I have dropped down into a station here, so we can get out and build these platforms along here, and put in the explosives to blow the trench into that section. I think we could probably, as well, start laying in the overhangs down this end, and just have some steps up onto them, because they're only one high here anyway. So just a platform and a step up would get us onto them. So let's do that. Yeah, I want it to be there, I think. Like so. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, there we go. And we'll start putting all of these in down here as well. Probably won't be able to get to those. Oh, we'll be able to get to this end one because this first strut has been constructed, and then we'll be able to build across. So yeah, we might as well just lay all of these in. Like so. And then we'll worry about the levees later on. So down here then, if we want it to be 3 wide, let's get some explosives out. We want it to be here. So it'll come down like so. That should be fine, in theory. We may need to come one further out in case it sort of spills sideways as it comes off of the end of the overhang. But let's put in, what do we want? Yeah, I think we want it sort of overhanging by 1, don't we? Like so. So it'll come off of the end there and splash into that. Let's get another strip there, just so it's the same width as the whole thing, so we're not going to get any overspill. Yeah, let's do that. That's an idea. Excellent. Right. Yeah, in terms of everything else, we're going fine. Obviously, the water down here has dried up. We are losing quite a lot of water out of here. Because this is now our primary source of water. Again, hopefully we get more of a gap between droughts afterwards to give this a chance to fill up again. Other than that, it's going to be trying to secure one of these other fresh water sources. Ideally this one, because, you know, there's 5 of them, as opposed to here, I think there's 2 or 3? 2. Yeah. So this will be the one to come and get, but then figuring out what to do with the bad water during the bad tide is going to be a problem. It's probably going to be a case of set up, again, a little sluice section, but then we've got no real depth for the reservoir. Don't know. We shall see. But in the meantime, we'll just carry on as we were. Why are there platforms there? Did I build those for a reason? I mean, probably, right? Ooh, yeah, careful. Just those 3. Yep. Thank you. That could have been disastrous. Okay, right. Yes, I shall spin on. I'm keeping an eye out for any problems. The only problem we've got is the log issue could rear its ugly head again. We have cleared out all of the, or almost all of the full-grown oaks in here. So we've got to now wait for them to all grow again, but they should be fairly well staggered down here now. So, what are we looking at? 34%, 48, 47. All right, about half grown for some of them. So, yeah, by the end of the drought, they still won't be ready. That's great, isn't it? Oh well, some of these should come in, and some of these should come in. So, hopefully, we won't have a crash in the wood market. 6 days left. We've gone pretty hard on this reservoir, but that's okay. That's what it's for. Hopefully, as I say, we'll have a chance to fill it up, but we'll see. Everything seems to be going okay. Yeah, it seems to have pretty much a decent stock of everything except cassavas. They're a little low, but not worryingly so. Wood stores are, again, getting problematic. Metal stores have dropped again. I've switched on our second smelter over here. Yeah, all of this construction is burning through our resources, but we are making progress. We're maybe halfway to completing this stretch of overhangs, and that's going to ease up the need for metal, at least for a little while. But talking of metal, we don't have a lot left. So once this is gone, we are going to need to seek out some new ruins. Yeah, over here or over here are the closest, basically. I mean, they're pretty much the only ones left. We do have a mine right here that we are planning to exploit at some point. Where would that be? 4,000 science. Okay. Does use science if we want to boost it. Yeah, it's gonna be a little while before we can really afford that, and I ideally we'd have bots before we did that. Yeah, I think we'd want bots before we did that. Which is what I'm planning to do with this area over here. This is going to be our bot production and our number cruncher and all of that sort of stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think we're doing all right. There's probably something really glaringly obvious, I mean, apart from the metal, that I'm not doing anything about, but I don't think there is. There doesn't appear to be. Everything appears to be running more or less smoothly, so I won't fiddle with it too much, and I'll let it play on. One thing I do want to do is set up another mangrove planting area. I'm really not sure. Oh, there we go. Nope, that's the lumberjack flag. There we are, scavenger flag. Pause you. No goods in stock, we can destroy you. And no goods in stock, we can destroy you as well. And we can pop in a couple more oaks just there. Every little helps. Okay. Yes, I was thinking maybe using this area for a mangrove plantation. Should be easy enough to just drop an area and stick a forester in there, plant it up, shut the forester down, and away it goes. You just need a water dump. Might be worth it. I'd probably want to bring this down a couple of levels first, to be honest. Maybe bring it all the way down to here and then sink the mangrove plantation into this level rather than there. That would give us a bit more free space, and we could probably get some more tree planting in, should we require it. That's what I'm thinking anyway. In the meantime, I'll spin on till the end of the drought. There we go. The drought is over. We did okay. We've still got nearly 5,000 water in stock and plenty of food and all of that. We did have a massive log shortage, so I paused all production. We're trying to build up a stock of planks and metal blocks and indeed logs again. I've put a lumberjack out here to cut back all of these dead trees, and I'm going to pop in some steps there and bring the path across. We'll pop that on a priority so they'll get that done, and then they'll be able to get up on here and cut these trees as well, just to help us get a few more logs in. We're not too bad. We are recovering slightly, so that's okay. Yeah, we absolutely rinsed this. Yeah. Don't think we're going to fill this up. Not before the next drought hits, definitely. Over here, the water will return. I've already turned these on, so what I'm going to do, again, is pause a bunch of these, so that we're not taking as much out of here. So we can give that a bit more of a chance to refill. Yeah, okay, so the water should return fairly soon there. In terms of where we got to on this, we've got a few things left to do, but not too much. Again, I want to wait until we've got a few more of the necessary resources before we carry on with that. But we've got our dynamite laid in down here for our exit trench, so let's set those off. There we go. Easy enough. So that will take the bad water out of our channel here and just feed it into that main stream there. Okay, we do want to get across to here. That is essential. So how are we going to do that? I'm waiting for an answer. How are we going to do that? Alright, okay, let's try. We'll pop some steps up. Yeah, pop some steps up there. And come along here. And then we can... Explosives. Explosives. explosives, and we can start a staircase down, and when we get to the right level, we can just bridge across. Or overhang across, rather. Okay, there's that. Is it worth... No, I'm not going to turn on anything just yet. I'm going to let them continue collecting wood, continue making metal out of the remaining scrap metal. Yeah, and try and get across here as quickly as possible. Day 4 then. We are down on this plateau and we are accessing this here set of ruins. So we are going to build up our stock of scrap metal again, hopefully reasonably quickly. We've only got one of our smelters on. We are slowly building up a stock. Same goes for planks, but we have 3 lumber mills on. Yeah, we really scraped to the bottom of the barrel with logs there. We ran out almost entirely. We've got a bunch more here. I'm putting in another lumber flag just up here. So we'll be able to cut these back and speed up collection, basically. You may notice we have some homeless beavers. Yep, I took my eye off the ball there and our population exploded when I wasn't looking. Putting in some more housing over here, just waiting for the last couple of logs. There we go. So we have no more homeless beavers, and I'm putting a spare lodge in above them once we've got all the decorations and everything built up as well. Yeah. I turned off all of these water pumps. We're still okay for water. It's slowly filling. Yeah. Slowly filling, but we're not going to get anywhere near full by the time the drought arrives, I wouldn't have thought. So we'll just have to hope it's not a particularly brutal one. Yeah, that's where we are. I still haven't turned on any of this building work down here because we are, as I say, a bit short on resources. So I'm going to give it a couple of days, probably until the start of the drought, or bad tide, until I turn any of this back on again, just to build up this stock. So until then, I guess I'm going to spin on. I don't think there's anything else I really need to do at this moment. I suppose since we're not... Yeah, since we're not doing any of that building work... Oh, no, I don't want to put that there. I want to put that there, and then steps up like so. And we'll bring a path in like that. So we want to get up on here so we can start clearing out these dead trees and laying in some explosives. So let's get ourselves a lumber flag up here, and we'll just cut all of this dead wood right out. Okay, there's day 8, and it's brought with it the drought warning. So we've had a bit of a respite. So we've had a chance to fill this up, but we're not much better than we were at the end of the last drought. 3 more days, oh, thank you, autosave. 3 more days, we might fill it, maybe, but that's with all of these turned off. Relying solely on all of these water pumps over here. So, it's not ideal, but, you know, at least we'll have a decent amount of water in there at the start, and we will have a decent amount of water in stock as well. We'll get up to 5,000 easily by the end of the day. So, by the time the drought arrives, our water storage will be pretty much full. And our reservoir over there will be pretty much full as well. So, yeah. That, I mean, we did take a lot of water out of there. That was quite a lot of water coming out of there. Okay. We've got a lot of wood here. Our wood stocks are recovering nicely. Our plank stocks are recovering nicely. Our metal stocks are taking a little longer. I've restarted the build orders on a bunch of these because they were only waiting for logs. And since we have logs, we can now build them. Everything else I'm still holding off on for now. Yeah. Pretty much everything is going okay. Obviously food is not a problem. Only thing really that is an issue is these metal blocks, and honestly the planks as well aren't great, because we do burn through those making these overhangs. But it's logs that are going to be the issue for the next stage, which is going to be lining this with levees. At what, 20 logs each? 12 logs each? 12 logs each. Yeah, that's going to absolutely demolish our log storage. So we're going to have to take it bit by bit and make sure that we've always got plenty of logs in stock to keep our engines running. Yeah, alright, I'll spin on to the start of the drought and we'll see how bad it's going to be. 20 days. Should be okay. Should be. Cultivation will... What? Oh, you'll be fine. Just get some water in you. You'll be alright. Yeah, we should be okay. 20 days shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to leave all of these pumps on to drain this. Over here, we didn't quite manage to fill this reservoir, but we weren't far off. I'll get all of these pumps working. We've got 4.8 thousand water left in storage. That'll be fine. 20 days shouldn't be too much of a problem. We should be alright. We should be able to maintain a relatively decent amount of water in here, and hopefully it should fill up next time. Over here, I'm setting some explosives on top of here so that we can start bringing this down to the same level as this. I say start, I mean it will be these explosives will bring it down to this level. So yeah, that'll be fine. Thank you, autosave. You're appearing very regularly today, aren't you? Okay, over here we've got all of the overhangs laid in except for this last one, so we'll unpause that. We've got the resources for it at the moment. We're not doing great on some of them, but we're all right. Our logs are much better than they were. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this path around. I'm going to stick another couple of lumberjacks on there. Okay, I will spin on one more time. I want to get these explosives laid in. It's probably going to take a few more days. We're not doing a huge amount of building apart from that, so it shouldn't take too long to get these explosives laid in. Okay, day 21, halfway through the drought. We're doing all right. We've taken a little bit of water out of here, just over a tile's worth, basically. So, yeah, we're taking a little bit out, but we're managing it reasonably well, he says. Obviously, all of this has been pumped dry. This is well on its way to being pumped dry, but everything else is going okay. Over here, I've put in this next stretch. I've put in a bridge up from, or steps up from this end, so they can start building from both sides, hopefully speed things up a little bit. It is going to take a lot of logs, but we actually have a lot of logs again, which is nice. We've still got some uncut trees here, a few down there, a couple over there. Yeah, so we do have trees waiting to be cut, so as soon as they get free space in storage, which won't take long, they can just fill it up again. So that's a good position to be in. Yeah, other than that, everything is, you know, as expected. Situation normal in Beaverland, basically. Decent amount of water, decent amount of food. Resources are building back up again, so that's good. We've got plenty of planks. Our metal blocks are getting there. We've obviously burned through dynamite and extracted a little bit, because this is done. So I'll get rid of those stairs. I will leave the rest there because there's a little nub in there that we can demolish as well. And we'll set these off to end the episode. So thank you very much for watching. Please do give us any comments down below. Please do give us a like and a subscribe. It really does help the channel out. And please join us next time. Until then, I've been John. This has been Timberborn. Please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And bye-bye.